Okay, welcome back. Today's video is part 2 of my Empties video. This is the skincare part of it. I had to cut it into 2 sections because my makeup took already 25 minutes. So this is part 2. Going into my skincare. If you are new here, I would love for you to subscribe if you have not already. That would mean so much to me. And yeah, let's get into this Empties. So I'm gonna start off with like how you would do your skincare, and then I'm gonna move on to hair and I guess like random empties. So let's start with cleansers. I have a couple oils that I want to talk about. This is the Purito From Green Cleansing Oil. I actually really like this, and I've come to realize that I prefer cleansing oils over balms. I think I just prefer them because of the packaging. It's just easier to pump something into your hand than scoop it out of like a jar. But I really like this. This is a good cleansing oil. It's not my absolute favorite, but it did the job. I can't remember if this got rid of my waterproof mascara, but I'm pretty sure this did, and it lasted a long time as well, and it was good. I would recommend this. I don't think I'll repurchase this anytime soon, if at all, because I love trying new cleansing oils, to be honest, and this just didn't blow me away that I would repurchase it. Another one is the Skin Cosmetics Facial Cleansing Oil. This is their Divine Elixir one with Manuka honey and vitamin C. This one was also really good. I feel like I remember this one being quite thick, but it did do a really good job at removing my makeup and my mascara and stuff. But it didn't blow me away, so it's not something I would repurchase, but I did enjoy this and I did like it. I couldn't see myself recommending this one as well, but I just feel like there's so many out there and this one's not one I would like run to. I feel like I finished way more cleansing balms and oils, but maybe I like didn't include them in this. But let's move on to just regular cleansers. This is the Tula Probiotic Skincare Purifying Face Cleanser. I did not like this whatsoever. It was a drag to try and finish this. I just disliked this so much. It ended up giving me really bad dry patches on my nose. The scent was pretty strong and I didn't really like that either. And I ended up just giving this to my boyfriend to finish because he really liked it. He has a little bit oilier skin than me, so I think that's maybe why he liked it. But I would not recommend this, especially if you have dry skin, and I would not repurchase this. This is the Tata Harper Softening Cleanser for sensitized skin. I loved this, but this is a very, very pricey product, and I was just very grateful to have this in my cleanser lineup to use. I loved the smell of this as well. Yeah, it's just like really fresh smelling and like spa-like. It didn't remove my mascara or anything like that, but that's why I always go in with an oil or a balm or something like that. But this was a beautiful everyday cleanser. I really, really like this. I probably won't be repurchasing it because it is so spendy, but if you have the means to do that, I would recommend this. I love Tata Harper's products. They're just beautiful, well-formulated products, and I really enjoy them. This is the Glow Recipe Blueberry Bounce Gentle Cleanser. I actually did not find that this was that gentle, but I loved the smell of it. I actually ended up using this to wash my cloth face masks before we like did the switch to N95s because those were safer, and these made my masks smell so good. This foamed up really, really well, so if you like a really foamy cleanser, I think you'd really like this. Smells amazing. It did do a good job at cleaning my face, but I felt like it was a little bit harsher than I wanted it to be, and I really liked the packaging as well. It did a great job at cleaning my masks, but I wouldn't repurchase this just because I didn't feel like it was gentle enough. This is the Tracie Martyn Purifying Cleanser. This is also a very spendy cleanser. They kindly gifted it to me, and this was a little bit too harsh for my skin type. I found that it was too stripping. This one foams up really nicely as well. And yeah, I ended up giving the other one that I had to my little sister because it was just a little bit too harsh for my skin type, and because I have dry skin, I need something that's not going to strip my oils and my hydration out completely. So this was a little bit too intense for me. I would not recommend it if you have dry skin. I think if you have oily skin, you would really like this, and it would feel very like refreshing for your skin type, but for me did not work. I did really like the, I can't remember what this is called, like the no oxygen packaging or something like that, so it was nice. You knew exactly how much you had left and you didn't have to like scrape it out of the bottle. But the cap did break on me, and for how spendy this is, you'd think the packaging would be nicer. So would not recommend and would not repurchase that. This is the SLMD Salicylic Acid Cleanser. I've talked about this many times. I really like this. My skin does really well with salicylic acid, and I find that this isn't super intense. It like doesn't feel too stripping. I don't use this every day, especially now that I've like really learned more about my skin, but I would repurchase this because I feel like when my skin feels really clogged up and like there's lots of bumps and texture, I like using this one because salicylic acid is an exfoliant that my skin personally likes. So I would repurchase this, and I definitely recommend, especially if you're acne prone. This is the Neutrogena Deep Clean Cream Cleanser. I would not recommend this for your face, but I really liked this for my back. So that's what I mostly use this for. This is one of my boyfriend's favorite cleansers, so he also helped use this up. I wouldn't recommend this if you have dry, sensitive skin. It's just a little bit too irritating for me. And yeah, so I personally wouldn't repurchase this. I'm sure Ryan might. Yeah, I'm not going to repurchase, nor do I recommend it. Okay, this is the Kitao Matcha Chia Cleansing Cream. I loved this, and I was so bummed when I found out they don't sell it at Ulta anymore, because I would have 100% repurchased this, and I definitely recommend it. It is such a gentle, beautiful cleanser. This is something you could use morning and night if you wanted to every single day, and it wouldn't be too irritating or too stripping on the skin. I wish that this was more accessible for me, because I would definitely repurchase it, and I'm so sad they don't sell at Ulta anymore. So I definitely recommend, and I would repurchase if it were more accessible to me. Okay, next is toners and things like that. So I use the Ish out of the Tower 28 SOS spray. I've finished 4 of them, and I've refilled probably like 3 or 4 of these probably, of the regular size bottles, and I am already almost done with another one. So this is a holy grail product for me. I've already repurchased it. I will continue repurchasing this. As you might know, I call this the elixir of life because I put this on everything. I put this on piercings, I put this on cuts, I put this on my dog's cuts, like whenever she gets like a scrape or something like that. I will put it on, like one time she had like a rash under her armpit from her harness, I think. So I sprayed that on that. I will spray this on any and everything that I think is having an issue. I think this has helped significantly with my eczema flare-ups. I almost never get flare-ups on my face anymore, which, knock on wood, like, but I like rarely get flare-ups anymore on my face, and I really attribute that to this because I use this all the time, and ever since I started using it, I don't get as many flare-ups. I love this stuff. I also finished a refill of it, one of these big guys. I'm so happy they sell these because they help save a lot of money. But the elixir of life, I 100,000% recommend to anyone, really to anyone, but especially if you have eczema or if you have sensitive skin or if you have acne. Like, truly, this is amazing. Try it. It's worth it. But like, also use it long enough to know the results happen, because it doesn't work in just like one moment. You know what I mean? So I love these so much. I will cry if they ever stop making this, or if Tower 28 doesn't exist anymore. I will cry. Okay, let's talk about vitamin C serums. I love vitamin C. My skin does really well with it and really likes it. So I have 3, I believe, to talk about. I have the Honest Beauty Vitamin C Radiance Serum. This was actually pretty good, but I didn't love it, and I don't think I'll repurchase it, but I would consider repurchasing it, if that makes sense. I like the packaging. It feels pretty high-end for something you can like purchase at Target. I wouldn't repurchase right away, would consider, and I would recommend. I think it's decent enough. One of my absolute favorite vitamin C serums is the Farmacy Berry Cherry Bright 15% vitamin C. I think because the percentage is so high. My skin likes this so much, but I always notice that my skin looks so bright and like even when I use this. So I would definitely recommend this if you want to try vitamin C and you already know that your skin likes vitamin C, because this is pretty potent. I wouldn't repurchase this right away because I do have so many other vitamin C's to go through, but I would repurchase. And I have repurchased it, obviously. But this is pretty spendy, so it would be nice for me to find an alternative that's not as spendy that I get as good of results from, because I really, really liked this. Okay, let's talk a little bit about some hydrating serums. This is the Phyto Sea Submerge. I've been through 2 of these. I really like this. This is a great hydrating serum, and I would definitely repurchase this. I just have so many that I'm going through that I haven't repurchased it right away. But definitely recommend, would repurchase, and this is just like a very good classic hydrating serum that you notice the hydration in your skin right away and over time. And yeah, I just love Phyto so much. Don't sleep on their skincare because their skincare is incredible. And then I have the Great Barrier Relief Serum from Crave Beauty. I actually really want to repurchase this soon because I noticed how much I liked this when I was using it, and I heard that they redid their packaging, so it is better than this one because it was really hard to get out like the every last bit of this, which this is one of the products that you want to scrape out every last bit. But my skin really loved this. I've had it on my like repurchase list for a really long time, just haven't bit the bullet because I have so many products to try and go through. But this is something I would definitely recommend, would repurchase, and want to repurchase soon. Very hydrating and is great for barrier relief, as it is called Great Barrier Relief, and building up your barrier again. Another one that I absolutely love is the Cocoa Kind Ceramide Serum. I've actually finished 2 of these, but I finished one while I was traveling, so I just tossed it where I was traveling instead of bringing it back empty in my travel bag. But this is a beautiful, beautiful hydrating, repairing serum for your skin barrier. It has a lot of ceramides in it, so it's like super nourishing, and this is great especially if you have dry, like sensitive skin. I've already repurchased this and I'm using it in my skincare routine now, so I definitely recommend and would repurchase this. This is the Trader Joe's Hyaluronic Acid Serum. I've talked about this for years. This is such a good kind of like drugstore alternative for a hyaluronic acid, and it's really good. It's like very basic in a good way, you know. It works really well, has nice glass packaging. I think this is like $8, so definitely worth it. I would recommend, and I personally have repurchased this multiple times. Okay, this is like liquid gold to me. This is the Goldfaden MD Radiance Repair Daily Renewal Serum. This is such a beautiful product. My skin loves this so much. You need like half a pump for your entire face, but my skin like drinks this up. It is so nourishing and hydrating to the skin. It feels like a beautiful like blanket over the skin, like a blanket of like nourishment and like comfort, and I just love this stuff so much. It is very spendy, but I can see myself repurchasing this because it was just so incredible, especially during the winter months when my skin was extra dry. So this is a beautiful product I love so much and would definitely recommend. Alright, so this is the CosRx Propolis Light Ampoule. I liked this, but I feel like I didn't really notice a difference in my skin when I was using this. So I used this in conjunction with the Snail Mucin, which I've already finished. The Snail Mucin is a holy grail for me now. I've already repurchased it twice, I guess, and have like a backup already. But as I was saying, I was using it in conjunction with the Light Ampoule product, and I didn't notice a difference in my skin when I used them together, so I ended up repurchasing this and instead of this, because this one's a little bit more affordable, and I love this one so much, so I just stopped repurchasing this because I didn't notice a difference. So I can't recommend this because I didn't see that it did anything for my skin, but I don't know if it's because I was also using this with it. But I want to repurchase to try it again to see if it did anything, but I can't recommend. Does that make sense? Anyway, moving on. I have two niacinamide products, the Polish Choice one and the Revolution Skincare one. I personally wouldn't repurchase either of these. I didn't really notice a difference in my skin for either of these, but perhaps I did and wasn't paying attention. I don't know, but I wouldn't repurchase these because I didn't notice a difference, and I can't recommend them either because I didn't really notice a difference in my skin. Okay, retinols. So I have the Sunday Riley High Dose Retinoid Serum. This is so good. I feel like it's extremely effective. It better be for how much this costs, but this was really, really good. I definitely noticed a difference in my skin, looking like more plump, I guess, and like less wrinkly and stuff. So I have already repurchased this, but I think I got it from BoxyCharm, so it was like a fraction of the price. I can't see myself purchasing this full price, but this was really, really good. This is another one. This is the CeraVe Skin Renewing Retinol Serum. I've talked about this before. This is good, but I feel like it's not potent enough for me, or maybe I wasn't using it enough. So I would recommend this if you're new to retinols, because this is from the drugstore and it has ceramides and hyaluronic acid, which are really great when you're using retinols because it's pretty intense on the skin. But yeah, this was really good. I think I need to try maybe a more intense one, more potent one, but I would definitely recommend this. But I'm not going to repurchase it because I feel like it didn't do enough for my skin once it reached its like tolerancy, if that makes sense. Okay, let's talk about eye creams. I finished 2 of them. I have a really hard time finding eye creams that I jive with because almost every eye cream I've tried has given me eczema on my eyes, or it gives me those little milias, which I can deal with because that just means my eyes are extra hydrated, but a lot of them give me eczema. So I have a hard time finding ones that I like, so that's why I have so few. But the Ghost Democracy is one that I loved and would recommend, and I would repurchase. I have a lot of eye creams to go through still and test out, but this was such a beautiful eye cream. I definitely noticed when I wasn't using it that my under eyes felt like drier and tighter and just like a little bit more irritated. So I absolutely loved this. My under eyes really like this. Never gave me eczema. Never felt irritated by this at all. So I really, really, really like this. I also finished the Skin Fix Barrier Plus Lipid Boost 360 eye cream. I did not love this. I found that it was a little too heavy. I don't know. I just didn't love this. So I would not recommend this, and I'm not going to repurchase it, which is kind of unfortunate because like this is meant for people who have eczema and like sensitive dry skin, but I just didn't love this. It wasn't very monumental in my skincare routine. I have a toner that I forgot to mention. This is the Squalane and BHA Pore Minimizing Toner by Biossance. I really, really like this. It's pretty gentle for an exfoliating type of toner, and it comes in really nice glass packaging. I've already repurchased this. I feel like this is a pretty good price for Biossance as well, and I really, really liked it. It did a good job at evening my skin tone out and like really making it look smooth and polished. Really like this. I would repurchase this, and I would recommend this one as well. Also, some other mists that I should have mentioned when I was talking about Tower 28. This is the Skin Fix Barrier Plus Nutrient Water Misting Tonic. I also have kind of issues with tonics irritating my skin, or like face mists irritating my skin sometimes, and sometimes this one stung my face. I'm like, what the heck, Skin Fix? So I would not recommend this, and I would not repurchase. This is another one that I found sometimes stung my face. This is the Stargirl Galactic Glow Face Mist by Bloom. This one smelled really good actually. Yeah, like very herbal, very spa-like, but I wouldn't recommend this. It was just like meh to me and sometimes stung my face. So would not repurchase, would not recommend. Oh, and also I finished another exfoliant. This is the Kate Somerville Exfoliate. I would not recommend this, and I would not repurchase. This was like sand in a bottle, and it felt way too harsh on my skin and really irritated my skin. I like literally had to stop using this on my face and just used it on my legs because it was so irritating to my eczema and stung really bad. So I would not recommend and would not repurchase this. And some moisturizers. I have the Tata Harper Fortifying Moisturizer for Sensitized Skin. This was amazing. I really, really, really liked this. It smells so good. It smells so good. I love the smell of this. It's just like very calming, I guess. Like comforting almost. And clearly I like tried to scrape every last bit out of this because I liked it so much. And if I could afford to repurchase this, I would, but she is very spendy. So again, if you have the means, I would definitely recommend this, but personally, I would not repurchase because I do not have the means. But so, so good. RIP to this moisturizer because I liked it so much. Ooh, okay, so this is the Super Berry Hydrate and Glow Dream Mask from Youth to the People. I finished one of their like sample sizes or like minis, and I freaking love this stuff. It is so thick and moisturizing and occlusive, and I have already repurchased. I ended up getting the big bottle because I had like a buy one get one free situation happening, but this is so good. It is so moisturizing, very amazing for the evenings or the winter months. It smells so good too. Like it just smells so good and like fresh. And it has never irritated my skin. I feel like I'm pretty sensitive to scents, but this one has never irritated my skin and I really, really liked it. So I would recommend this and I've already repurchased it. Okay, so this is kind of fun because it's kind of two of the same but from different brands. This is the La Roche Posay Cicaplast Balm B5, and then this is the Aven Cicaphate. And these are similar products in that they're supposed to do like the same thing, like barrier repair, be occlusive, and like help the moisture barrier and stuff. The La Roche Posay one is so thick, almost gives you a white cast, and is so hard to blend into the skin, while the Aven one is not nearly as thick, never gives me a white cast, and is much easier to blend into the skin. So I much prefer the Aven over the La Roche Posay. I've actually already repurchased this like 3 times. I'm halfway through another one of them and bought another backup because I just love this one so much. My skin loved this in the winter when my skin felt really, really dry and like just damaged. And yeah, I love this one so much. Would definitely recommend. This one I actually, because I've tried the Aven one, I can't recommend this one as much because it's just so thick and hard to spread on the skin and doesn't feel nearly as moisturizing either as the Aven one. So I know a lot of people like this, but try this one. If you really like this one, I feel like you'd like this one more. So I personally would not repurchase this, and I don't recommend because this one's so much better. So, love the Aven one. Okay, a spot treatment that I love is also kind of a holy grail for me, and I have already repurchased and will continue repurchasing, is the Meltdown by Bloom. This is like an oil treatment situation product. You can like pump it into your moisturizer, or you can just like put it onto your finger and dot it onto any blemish that you have. This is really good for like everyday blemish care, if that makes sense, because it's like not a paste or a patch. It just blends well into the skin because it's an oil and still treats that blemish. It's just so good. I also love this for aftershave care. I will pump this onto my hand and rub it into my armpits or my legs after shaving, and it really helps with like the itchiness that I get from shaving, or like any ingrowns or anything like that. That's actually the main reason that I use this and love this, is because of aftershave care. It's just such an incredible product, something I'll continue using and continue repurchasing. Another pimple related thing is the Zit Sticka. These are the ones with the little darts in them. This one is so good for really deep set pimples, and that's what I use these for. I also use these very sparingly because it uses a lot of packaging per little pimple patch, so it just feels quite wasteful, so that is why I use it sparingly. But I think they're so effective and so worth it. I've definitely repurchased these already and I would recommend. They just work so well for like cystic deep set acne, which I often get, especially like around my period or if I'm not taking care of my skin very well. So definitely recommend and would repurchase and have already repurchased. Okay, moving on to sunscreen. I have quite a few of these. So first up is the Fenty Skin Sunscreen. I love this. It is so moisturizing. It smells amazing. Does not give me a white cast. I would 100% repurchase this, but I have so much sunscreen to go through. So when I'm out of sunscreen, this is definitely one that I would repurchase because it just like is such a beautiful, beautiful sunscreen. Leaves my skin really glowy and hydrated, and I love. So definitely recommend and would repurchase. I've been through, honestly, we've been through way more than just 3 Black Girl sunscreens because we like using this in the summer all over our body, but this is such a beautiful sunscreen as well. It's super hydrating, doesn't give you any type of white cast, and just like looks beautiful on the skin. I would definitely repurchase and definitely recommend. I find that this is my favorite like body sunscreen because it's spreads really easily, never gives me a white cast, but is very hydrating. But I also really like this for the face for those same reasons, and it's super affordable. You can find it at Target. This is a sunscreen I did not like at all. This is the Comfy Water Sunblock by Purito. This pilled on me so bad and was so annoying. Like, I knew I wanted to finish it up, which I did, which it was just so annoying to use because it pilled up every single time I used it, and it actually kind of gave me a white cast sometimes, or like gave me like a white hairline, which I didn't love. And yeah, I just would not recommend this and would not repurchase it. I did not like this at all. Next up is the Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid. I really liked this while I was using it, but I don't think I would repurchase this because it is a little spendy, and I feel like there are others out there that I like more, but this did get the job done and was really nice when I was using it. One that I love, love, love is the Kinship Self Reflect Probiotic Moisturizing SPF. This is SPF 32. I like cut it out and scraped it out of this one because I like it so much. I have found that I like this a lot more in the winter time because it can give me not a white cast, but it can take a very long time to blend in when I'm more tan. This does take a little bit more effort to blend into the skin for someone who's a little bit more melanated, or if you have a deep skin tone. I feel like this would give you a white cast, but in the wintertime I absolutely love this one so much. It does a really beautiful job at like kind of evening my skin tone out and is so moisturizing and beautiful on the skin. So this is one of my all-time favorite SPFs, specifically for the winter, like winter and fall time. Okay, so I used this when it was well past its due date. Is that the right word? When it was well past its expiration date, and I didn't realize that until afterwards. So I feel like I can't fairly judge this, but this pilled so terribly bad on me. Maybe I'll look up reviews after this to see if it happened to other people, but it also kind of stung my face, and I don't know if it was because it was expired that it did that and also pilled. Who knows? I will have to find out if I purchase it again, but because of that I will not recommend this and I will not repurchase this because it pilled and stung my face. And then an SPF that I absolutely love is the Every Single Day Super Screen Daily Moisturizer. This is a very moisturizing, nourishing sunscreen from Supergoop that I love so much. This is probably one of my top like 3 sunscreens that I've ever tried, especially for someone who has dry skin. This just like felt really nourishing. It was really easy to blend into the skin, just made my skin feel really hydrated and beautiful after using it while giving me that SPF coverage that I wanted. So I love this. I already have backups of this. I would recommend and I would repurchase this. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about some body care. I'll first start with some body washes that I finished up. I finished 2 of the Skin Fix Eczema Plus body washes here. These were really good. I've already repurchased it. They are quite spendy, so I always repurchase these on BoxyCharm, I think, when they had a pop-up and these were in it. But I have found an alternative that is cheaper and does the same thing. But I really, really liked these. They're great for anyone who has eczema. They're really hydrating while still washing your body, which is nice. These are very effective, great body washes. I think I would repurchase these when they like had a sale or something, but I love these. They're great. The alternative that I found was the La Roche Posay Lipicare Gentle Foaming Moisturizing Body Wash. This was amazing. I found it to be just as effective as the Skin Fix one, but at a fraction of the price. I think this one is still kind of spendy, but it's not nearly as spendy as the Skin Fix one. I really, really like this. I would definitely repurchase this over the Skin Fix one, and I would recommend both, and really liked both. This is the Sardinia Skin Co Shower Gel. This smelled really, really good actually. Like very lemony. I did find that this was a little too scented for my liking for someone who does get eczema on their body, so I wouldn't repurchase this, but the smell was really, really nice. So I do miss using like scented body washes and things because the experience of a scented body wash is really nice, but sometimes it's just not worth it if like I'm gonna get a flare up from it. So this was nice, but I wouldn't repurchase it. Okay, now on to lotions and serums. This is the Necessaire, the body serum. I really, really like this. This is such a nice product. I think if you're someone who doesn't like lotion on your body, but you want like moisturization on your body without like a thick lotion, I feel like you would really like this because it's like thin, quickly absorbs, very luxurious product as well. I've already repurchased a backup of this because I liked it so much. I would recommend for sure, and I definitely will repurchase this. This is a cocoa butter from Nivea that I finished up. I didn't love the cocoa butter scent of this. My all-time favorite is the Palmer's one. That's my all-time favorite cocoa butter lotion. This one just smells kind of weird. It wasn't my favorite. I wouldn't repurchase this, nor would I recommend, because the Palmer's is superior. This is the CeraVe Moisturizing Cream that has the National Eczema Association stamp of approval. This is actually nice, but it's not my favorite, and sometimes I found this to be irritating to my eczema. I don't know why. It's just so strange, but this was okay. I don't think I would repurchase this one though, because I felt like sometimes it stung my hand eczema. Strange, but I know a lot of people like this. This is one of my all-time favorite hand creams. This is the Gold Bond Eczema Relief Hand Cream. It has 2% colloidal oatmeal, and this just worked so well at moisturizing my hands, nourishing them, making them feel like coated in protection. Really like this, would definitely repurchase, and would definitely recommend. I finished way more than these two, but I finished 2 Skin Fix hand repair creams. This is one of my favorite hand creams. Whenever Sephora has a sale, I treat myself and get one of these because they're so nice on the hands. I have really bad hand eczema, and this is just so nourishing, feels really good on the skin. Definitely helps with the itchiness and like the flakiness, and yeah, I absolutely love these. Definitely recommend, will repurchase as a little treat to myself in the future. This is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. I know that a lot of people use this on their face as well. I should try that out, but this is a great hand cream as well. I really liked it. I know that they do sales often, so I can see myself repurchasing this. I definitely recommend, but I don't find this any better than the Skin Fix one. I definitely prefer that one. This one is really nice, and it's good to like throw in my purse, is not irritating, is nourishing. Yeah, I really like this one. Okay, last up, hair care. So shampoo wise, I've finished Velveteen Dream, 2 of these. This is one of my favorite shampoos and conditioners. It smells so good. I love Amika hair products. They're just very nourishing to my hair. They smell amazing, and they're just effective. So this is one of my favorites from the brand. The Velveteen Dream one just makes your hair really soft and smooth and doesn't make them all frizzy. So I really, really like this one. I'm currently using their Bust Your Brass one for blonde hair. I really like that one as well. And then I finished one of these. This is the Amika Reset Exfoliating Jelly Shampoo. I love this. This is so nice on the scalp when you have like a really itchy scalp and you just need to like, you have like a lot of buildup and like you just need to like deep clean your scalp. This is one of those. I've already repurchased this twice, I think. So I love this one and definitely recommend, definitely would repurchase. This is the Briogeo Farewell Frizz Shampoo and the Blossom and Bloom Conditioner. I really like this one as well. I love the smell of this. It smells almost like Pez candy or something. It's like quite citrusy, but yeah, it just smells really, really good. I really like this one, and I would definitely recommend and I can see myself repurchasing this for sure, but I think I do prefer the Amika products over this. And then last we have the Amika Hot Mess Texture Gloss. I don't think that they make this anymore, which is so unfortunate, but I love this so much. I've bought multiple backups before they went out, so that was good for me. But this does a really good job at like creating a lot of texture in my hair and scrunching it up. Definitely would repurchase and definitely recommend, and love this one so much. Okay, so that is everything. Oh my gosh, that took forever. If you're still here, thank you. I don't know how you did it. I need to not do that ever again and hold my empties for that long. But I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know in the comments down below, and I would love to get back to you. Love you so much. Hope you're doing well, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!